Channel. I'm super excited to share this tutorial with you guys. I've been loving braiding my hair as of recent. I'm really into curling and straightening my hair, but sometimes I like to braid it up and create some fun styles. So today I'm going to show you guys how to create this double fishtail braid, and I know it sounds extremely difficult, but it's really not that difficult. But if you want to learn how to achieve this braid, then just stay tuned. Okay, so we want to start off with dirty hair if possible. The dirtier the hair, the more volume that we're going to be able to attain. My hair is not that dirty. I think I washed it like 3 days ago, so I'm gonna need to do some more teasing and some more manipulation of the hair just to give myself some volume. So the first thing I want to do is just start teasing the hair. You can use any sort of small tooth spaced comb to do this, or you can use a teasing brush or just whatever. The best way I like to tease is I just like to tease in the crown part of my hair because that's where I want the most volume. And so I kind of want to have a layer of the hair that's going to cover the teasing. So I like to part a first piece away, and this is the piece that I'm not gonna tease, and I'm just gonna let me get some clips so I can clip this away. So once you've parted the piece that you're not gonna tease, you want to clip that out of the way, and then you want to start teasing the pieces right underneath that. So I'm gonna part another piece, and I'm just gonna go underneath the hair and start pushing the hair forward towards my roots. So this is gonna give me a little bit more volume at the top. And I'm just gonna repeat this step until I've gotten the desired volume or kind of height that I want. Once you've teased all the pieces that you want, you can kind of let it go, and you can see the volume that it's already created, and then you can see how that piece that you didn't tease kind of covers it up and it doesn't look too messy. So I'm going to clip this out of the way and do the other side. Teased all around the hair as much as you wanted, and again, teasing is definitely optional. I know a lot of folks don't like to tease because it can be very damaging, so definitely tease at your own discretion. But once you've got the volume that you want for the height of your hair, we're going to start putting a little bit of curls in the kind of like the bang area. So I just like to take a small size barrel wand and just kind of wand the front of my hair, and I don't hold these curls very long, or I don't hold the heat in the hair very long, just for a few seconds and then let it go, and it just kind of gives that kind of wavy look. And so if your hair is already naturally wavy, you don't have to do this part, and if you don't want a super done up look, then you don't have to do this part as well. But I like to have a little bit of volume, and this creates more volume by putting the curls, and then I also like to have a little bit more structure at the top. So again, this part is definitely optional. Desired amount of curls and volume as you want, we can now get into the braiding part of the hairstyle. All you need to do is pull your hair to one side. So that can be determined based upon where your part is. I like my part on my right side, so then I pull my hair to my left side. It's also easier to braid on my left side, so that's another reason I like to pull my hair all to this side. So just figure out which way that your hand coordination works best, and then choose that side for you to put your hair on. So once you pulled all your hair to one side, all you want to do is split your hair now into two sections. Now you want to split them into two significantly different sized sections. The smaller section we were gonna pin away, and then we're gonna work on this side. So since this is a double fishtail braid, we're gonna have two fishtail braids, but two different sized ones. So we're gonna take this piece, and I'm actually just gonna pin this to my shirt so that I can keep it out of the way, and then we're gonna go ahead and work with this piece of the hair. For fishtail braid, all you want to ensure is that you always have two pieces of hair in your hand at all times. So when you do a regular braid, you usually have three pieces, but to ensure that you're doing this braid correctly, if you ever have more than two pieces of hair at one time, then you've probably gotten a little bit messed up, so you can start over. So you're going to split this piece into two equal sized pieces now, since this is going to be one fishtail braid. And what we're going to do is always work with your two index fingers. So you hold your two pieces of hair with your hands, and then use your two index fingers to maneuver the strands to create the braid. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use our two index fingers and start moving the different strands over from the left side to the right side, and from the right side to the left side, and always ensuring that you have only two pieces of hair at one time. So I'm going to take a piece from the back of the left side and move it over to the right side. And again, I only have two pieces of hair at one time, and I'm going to do the same with the right side with my index finger, taking a piece from the back and moving it over to the left side. And the thing about a fishtail braid is you're not going to see it start forming until you've done a few strands of the process. So don't get discouraged if you don't see anything forming. It takes a little bit of braiding before you start seeing it. So again, I'm going to take my index finger and take from the left side and move it over to the right side. And then I'm going to take a piece from the right side and move it over to the left side. And every time I take a piece over, I'm going to tighten the braid and push it up. So this is going to make sure that the braid starts forming closely together as opposed to super loose. So when I take this piece over, I'm going to tighten the braid up. And the sizes of the pieces that you pull over is up to you. The smaller the pieces you pull over, the more intricate the braid is going to be, and it's going to take a little bit longer. The bigger the sizes, then the faster it'll kind of take, and it'll still give you the same look. So you can definitely pick what sizes of pieces that you want to pull over. So once you've gotten to the end of the braid, I just kind of finish it off in a regular braid motion just to ensure that the braid doesn't come loose, and then I'm going to secure it with a hair tie. So once you've secured it with a hair tie, this is kind of one of my favorite parts because you're going to start pulling this braid apart to give it that nice big voluminous look. So you want to make sure you always hold on to the end of the braid just to ensure that the braid doesn't come apart, and make sure that your elastic or your ponytail is on there very secure, and then just start pulling at the braid. This part is discretional. As much as or as big as you want your braid to be, that's as much as you're gonna pull it. So just keep pulling until you've gotten the desired volume. And I'm gonna make sure that this piece is and just keep pulling until you get the desired volume that you want. And then once you've adjusted your braid to get the desired volume, we're gonna unpin the smaller piece and we're just gonna fishtail this piece as well, just like we did the first section. And then split this into 2 equal sections and then do your fishtail process braid here. You can push this one kind of out of the way. And then again, from the left side, you want to use your index finger and take a strand of the hair and pull it to the right. And then from the right side, you want to take your index finger and then pull it to the left side. And again, always having 2 pieces of hair in your hand and at one time. And again, this process gets easier and easier as you do it. So the more practice you get, the faster you'll get at it and the neater your braids are going to be. So once you get to the end of this braid, again, I'm just going to go in a regular braid motion and close off the end of the fishtail braid. I'm going to secure this with another ponytail at the end. And then I'm also going to repeat the same step that I did with the first one by pulling this braid apart to create more volume. Once you have your 2 braids pulled apart, you now want to stack this little braid on top of the big braid. This is where we have to start kind of maneuvering the braids around and really get the small braid to lay on the big braid evenly in the middle. So we want to start using our bobby pins to hold these braids together. So you want to take a bobby pin and kind of stick it through the back of the little braid and the big braid, and just ensure that the bobby pin doesn't show and isn't visible. I would recommend using bobby pins that are closer to your hair color. So I'm using black bobby pins just so that your bobby pins are more camouflaged into your hair. And I'm just going to use 2 bobby pins. I'm not going to go crazy with it, and just use one at the bottom and one at the top to hold the 2 braids in place. And you can also take a few more bobby pins and pin any excess hair down, just depending on the style that you're going for. I don't like a lot of flyaways on the side, so I like to pin those back down and just have a little bit of the curls right here. And once you've done that, you're basically finished. You can adjust the braid as much more as you please, but the more you adjust it, the more frizzy and messy it can get. So just be careful. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I can't wait to see you guys recreate this braid. And I love braiding up my hair to create different styles. So I hope this was helpful. And until next time, you guys, stay beautiful. Mwah.